My name is David of Femi Okasho, and I'm here to talk to you about how AI can bring a lot of value to your business. I think I've had a couple of conversations around AI and the value to businesses, and one major thing that I've seen or I've like realized in most of those conversations is a lot of us consider um, AI as, oh, it's just a chat bot or it's a bot that I can work with and all. But in my interaction with this technology, I've realized that first you have to kind of like take a step back and think about it as AI is an agent. It's like a vendor that you assign a task for your business, right? And when you think about it that way, either it comes via like a chat bot or like say an Instagram bot or WhatsApp bot, all those different channels, they're distribution channels. It's just like you have an assistant, for instance. Take for instance like David, for instance. I have a Twitter account, I have a WhatsApp account. You can reach me via my email. That's the same thing, but when you want to reach me, you reach me through those those channels, and that's what AI is now. AI is in itself an entity, and the way to interact to with it, to like maybe tell it to do something and it gives you response back, is all those channels. So I think that the very first thing businesses need to like uh, be reoriented about is the whole idea of this this is an entity, not just a chatbot or like an Instagram. All those points are just distribution channels. So that's the first thing. And again, you can think about it. Um, some years back, it was all about like in the bubble of the dot com era. Every business needed to get a website. So if you're running a business, you have to come online. If you're running a business, you have to have a website, right? I think that in the nearest, like not even in the nearest, starting from now, entering into like 2024, 5, 6, 7, 5, 10 years down the line, every business must have an agent. Every business must have an agent, and when you think about it, you're thinking about an agent as a vendor. So I need an agent as a communicator for my business. I need an agent as a financial analyst. I need an agent as my data analyst. I need an agent as a product manager. And you need to like realize that these agents are entities on their own, and there are like different ways they can like express themselves. Another way to think about it is, think about someone walks into your office or like your business or your store, whatever it is, and he wants to interact with your business. And rather than like talking to him and say, hey, this is what we do, these are the offers and everything, you just hand him over a brochure, or like, hey, take a brochure, read it by yourself. Everything about our business is in that brochure, so you get to learn it. So that is, so when you consider that experience as against someone else who walks in and say, hey, tell me about your business, and the business owner goes, hey, we have this offering, this is what we want. The guy asks questions, you respond. There's some sort of conversational connection between the person who is trying to like inquire about the business and the business owner who is like giving those information, as against the business owner just handing over a brochure to the person who is actually making those inquiries. When you think about that scenario, right, and you consider it to websites that we have currently, like that is exactly what is happening in the digital space. So like, oh, I want to interact with your business, give me a david.com. So what happens is you go to david.com and you go to see everything David has put there: the home, the about us, the company, the team, and everything. This is the brochure. What if I actually just wanted to come and see um, how can I use this service, right? So I come to your website. I'm not necessarily like interested in who is the team, what's the board members like, and everything. I just have some specific questions, or maybe someone has told me about the business, so just have some specific questions I want to ask. How about I go into your in quotes website now, and I can just have a conversation, right? And that is the exact experience that is being replicated, or that is being transformed right now, or that is being achieved with agents, right? So there are several use cases. So let me just quickly run into use cases. There's several use cases, and so far I have been able to work on like 3 use cases right now. I'm working on the fourth one. I met a very nice friend yesterday and talking about some products and realized a lot of things. The AI space right now is like buzzing and a lot of interesting stuff. But I think there are like 3 major use cases that would be in the immediate be beneficial to like businesses. The first use case is you use the AI as a communicator. So when I mean a communicator, you can use him as your like tech support. You could use him as your trainer, someone who trains your staff on this are the things that our business do, like onboarding of customers. Like literally, just give the AI all this information, and they're able to ask questions, and they're able to like get those answers. So using the AI as a communicator is like the fastest and simplest and most straightforward way to like apply the power of AI. Again, AI has like, while OpenAI is like the king in the market right now, there's Anthropic, and there's like the other platforms also coming up. But the whole idea is you have a vendor that can make things more efficient. Basically, you want to be much more efficient in your business, and you want to reduce cost, right? So these agents can actually get you there. I'm going to be showing you some demo of examples of some of the bots I've built, and not just, yeah, all the bots we've built so far, all the agents we've built has been on OpenAI's resources. But one step further that we've done is like to put it out so that people can actually interact with it outside OpenAI. So you can interact with it on a website, you can interact with it from WhatsApp or from Instagram, and all of those things, right? So that's like the first use case scenario. The second use case scenario is this agent as a data analyst. Basically, you are able to feed it some sort of data, and you like expect returns, like expect response based on whatever question you're gonna ask. So you imagine you have a data analyst at your business, and you say, hey, analyze this data, we want to take these decisions, and these are what we have right now. You're able to like pass those data to the agent, and the agent is able to like give you answers correctly. So I'm going to also demo that. Interestingly, I have that even on a web right now, and we're going to see that. Final one is using AI as an assistant, where you could actually tell it to take tasks. And again, this is where you kind of like break it down to the point of the prompts, right? Like, what are the type of questions you want to ask this guy? The knowledge base in terms of like training the model with an understanding of whatever knowledge you want to get out of that agent. And finally, the actions that the agent is supposed to take. So like, take for instance, for like the data analyst agent, you could literally like set actions in terms of build a database behind it that is able to, all these things I'm actually going to show, build a database that is able to like store data over a period, and based on the data that is stored over a period, you can now like request some responses or whatever you want to get from the data, or even put it on like on a scheduled mode. Say, hey, every Monday I want to get the revenue numbers for the previous week. So like Monday 8 a.m. send me an email with the total revenue for the previous week of every week. So you could do something like that, and we'll be able to like check it out. So basically, this AI has become they become like your number one like friend and vendors at the business. So let's quickly get into this. I'm going to show you, this is my own GPT account, and these are like a couple of agents that I've created. This is Coins Helper. So Coins Helper is literally a communicator for Coins. Coins is a platform that allows financial institutions build white label platforms. So, and when we onboard customers, they want to ask questions. How do I use this place? What do I do here? How do I do this? Coins like has all those information. So this is something that could be totally helpful for any business, and it's as simple as creating a GPT. This is actually probably the easiest part of creating anything on chat GPTs in resources, which means you go to the Explorer, you create a GPT, right? And you have either create or configure. Create, you kind of like tell the GPT the things. Sorry, you can't see my screen fully, but you kind of like tell the GPT. Again, you can only do this on a premium account, but the opportunities are like just mind blowing. And you put in your knowledge base. Once you put in your knowledge base, probably I'm going to do a video that does a breakdown of how you can do these things. It's actually very easy. I think the only technical part is when you want to break out your GPT out of, or your agent out of GPT's space, such that people with non-GPT accounts, non-GPT premium accounts can like access that stuff. I'm going to show you something we've built using Replit. So basically built a backend on it, like, or a middleware. This is for like the data analyst, because that's a much more technical part of GPT, and I'm going to be showing you that very shortly. So, but first, on the communicator side, you create the GPT, create the things you want the agents to be able to do, and you give it and feed it with the knowledge, and you just start asking it questions. Then, yeah, you could expose it to whatever channel you want to expose it to. And I think that in the nearest future, this is going to be what websites would be. In my opinion, I think that in the nearest future, when you say, hey, give me your website URL, by the time I think I've also heard that already exists. And when you click on the website URL, you're just going to see a totally blank page with, hey, I'm here. What do you want from our business? Which is like the normal way people interact with business anyway. Who wants to go to a website and start clicking and clicking? Because truly, when you're clicking around, what you are really doing is you are conversing with that business, like on a digital space, to say, hey, what is your home? Who are your board? What is this company about? What are your FAQs? You're literally asking those questions, right? But instead of like going around clicking and clicking, how about just chat it out? So I think that that's going to be, we're going to see much of that trend from like from like 2024 going forward. So enough of that. Let me just get into the much more interesting one, which is the data analyst. So I'm going to show you the backend, which is from, it's called Einstein. I'm going to show you the backend, which is from the GPT side of things. And this is an expert data analyst with Zapier. So what we've done from GPT is we've given it some prompts. We give it some Python libraries that would use to do like calculations or like the analysis and visualization. So I'm going to do some demo right here on GPT. Then I'm also going to do a little bit of a demo outside GPT where users who do not have access to GPT accounts or who are not even GPT customers can also interact with Einstein and they're gonna get their data analyzed. So Einstein, we came up with the name because I feel like he's a brainy. All right, so I'm gonna ask Einstein some question. Ask me to visualize your data, upload data, upload data. Okay, let me try to upload a particular data. Okay, so I'm just gonna upload this right now. Okay, so I'm gonna upload this data and I'm just gonna ask analyze this data and tell me and it's literally gonna be conversational, right? The highest platform, the platform with the highest transactions. So Einstein is going to try to like analyze this data and give me full report. So one of the things we've done is also to give it like a code, like an access key, so that it doesn't just analyze the data but it requests for the access key. And you can see that it's even already giving me the access key here. And before I do anything, I need you to input this access key, so I'm very sure that this is what you want me to do. Ideally, I think in the nearest, what we should do is Einstein should not actually should not expose this key, because this is how you kind of like protect people who are going to be using this platform. But again, most of the people who are going to use this would probably not use it on GPT platform. They're going to use it outside GPT, and we have like another layer of security on that point. I'm going to show you when we get there. So here is this. So the platform with the highest total transactions, higher wallet, with a gross amount of like 11 million. Oh great. Can you show me a graph, let's say a pie chart of all platforms by value of transactions? Okay, so we're just telling to like give us, so this is the visualization part of it. And the interesting thing is you could like tell it to put together all this analysis and like now export it out as a document. So literally just do all those things and get, you see, this is the pie chart, and it just breaks it down, distribution of transactions by platform, this is it, blah blah blah. You could also show this data in a bar chart. Okay, so let's say show this data in a bar chart, and it's analyzing and it's going to give me. Then the final thing we're going to do once it analyzes is we're going to ask it to predict, like based on, okay, so you can see the bar chart. So we're going to ask it to say based on the given data, what platform will be the highest transacting in the next month. So we're just asking it, like this is now prediction, right? To predict the platform that would to predict which platform will have the highest transaction in the next month, I can perform a simple forecast based on current data. This forecast will assume that the trends observed in data continue in the next month. However, it's important to note that such prediction is quite basic. So these are like basic stuffs coming out of like GPT interacting with Python data analysis libraries. So like we have like NumPy, and we have like ScalePy and all of that, and we've been able to like put all of those things together and like put it out. So here it's not showing this correctly, but I'll proceed. Say the chart above shows daily transactions trend for the top 5 platforms. Okay, so so this is not showing correctly, but we can tell it to like redo this then, and it's gonna do that again. So based on linear trend, Side Wallet is predicted to be okay. So Side Wallet is predicted to be the platform with the highest transaction next month, with an estimated total transaction of approximately 351,355,780,000. So this is and you can see that. Would you like me to do more analysis, or should I proceed to send this data to Zapier webhook? This is how I export the data out, and I can send it to my email, and I can do whatever. So this is first step of like interacting with Einstein, and like using Einstein to like just analyze your data. The challenge with this right now is that every time you want to analyze the data, you have to upload the sheet or the document you want to apply, and in the long run that's not very scalable, right? But what we have done is we've built a database behind it, such that as you are uploading, you can over a period build a new database, such that the GPT is like informed with it, is given a knowledge base of your database, and you could ask it questions over a period. So that's one. The second thing is you can also export it. That's two. And the third thing is you can, based on those those data that has been stored, you can now like give it tasks to say, okay, using my Zapier webhook, every Monday I need this result from you, I need that result from you, and is able to get you out. And businesses actually need to sit on top of their data. Imagine you're talking to an investor, or you're trying to like figure out how to like grow your business. You need like quick data. And what's the best way to do it? It's really conversational. Or you could ask, what data do you think I should focus on to make sure that my business is growing? And depending on whatever data you have fed the model with, it's going to give you that result. So that's interacting with GPT with Einstein, which is like a data analyst GPT, directly on the GPT platform, on the OpenAI platform. So to expose this now to like an external, we had to like build a middleware, whereby this middleware is talking to OpenAI assistant AI, and the middleware is able to collect an information. So we connected it to VoiceFlow. VoiceFlow, this is okay. So I did mention that there's like a one-step layer on of like security on like using Einstein on the web. So I showed you the back end of VoiceFlow, and I also showed you a bit of the code snippet that is like talking to GPT's resources and all. So like for users who would want to use Einstein, who are not GPT users, who would just want to put it on the web, we're also looking at exposing it actually probably to WhatsApp. The whole idea is to just make it easy for as many people as possible to have access to this, and also to like just bring value to the people. So okay, let's check out the prototype. All right, so we're just gonna start a conversation with Einstein, and you would say, hi, I'm Einstein Pro Max, an expert data analyst. How can I help you today? So I'm just gonna ask him, can you help analyze my data? So the challenge to this again is on VoiceFlow platform, we have to be on like the premium account to be able to like upload documents. We're going to do that, but then we're very sure that it works from the back end. So with the premium account on voice flow, you will be able to like upload. Again, not the users don't have to pay voice flow. We are the ones who are going to do that. So users don't have any problem with that. We're going to pay voice flow so that users can like upload their document, and when they upload their document they can do like the basic things I do on the that I did on the GPT side of things. But here, these are like basic analysis stuff, and you can actually just basic thing I just wanted to show from here is the fact that you can actually talk to the GPT endpoints directly from the web. And I could probably share this link in the description. Maybe if you're interested, you let me know. I can share the screen and the link with you. So it's the prototype. You can just test it out, and let's see the results. Yeah. But then basically, ChatGPT just not just ChatGPT, AI brings a lot of like value to your business. And when you start like expanding the use case into maybe your financial analyst, your product manager, and possibly even your maybe your junior software engineer, it's mind blowing. So I hope I hope this is like great. I hope this brings value to you. I would probably be sharing more about this, and thank you very much for taking the time to stick to the end. If you stuck to the end to this time, it means that you really enjoyed this, and this makes a lot of sense. And I'm also learning, also growing. If you have some other thoughts, feel free to share them. And yeah, I'm actually very excited about the things that would happen in the ecosystem from starting immediately from now and like entering into the new year. I think it's going to be like really awesome. I wish you the very best. I wish your business the very best. I trust that we're going to be reaching out. And if you want to build AIs for your business, whatever use case scenario, please feel free to reach out to me. I am I'm like literally sinking myself into all of that right now and just seeing the possibilities, and I'm happy to work with any business that wants to work. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.